Veritas. SCP Files. Bonus Episode 1. Haunt. I found another report about 1471 in my pile, though this is not an internal incident like the other. I've read it over once already, and what strikes me is how drastically different the experience is. It seems as though everyone who experiences this anomaly becomes affected to wildly different degrees. With how variable it is, how paranoid and unhinged it can make people, and how difficult the anomaly is to contain, I wonder why it's classified as Euclid and not Keter. Perhaps I need a lesson on Keters. I'll ask Niall whenever he next pops up. For now, here's what I have. Incident 1471-6. Sixth known incident involving SCP-1471, colloquially known as Malo version 1.0.0. Object Class: Euclid. Risk Assessment Level: Moderate. Reported by Layla Gupta, civilian. Report made August 13th, 2016. There is a creature that stands in the corner of my bedroom. Its eyes are pale, and its face is a skull. And its limbs bend unnaturally backwards. There is a creature that stands in the corner of my bedroom. It stands there and stares and watches my every movement, and it doesn't let me sleep. It's not really there. How could it be? If you throw something at it, it passes right through. Other people have stayed here with me, and they walk right by, as though nothing is wrong, and they tell me that it's all in my mind, that I simply need to sleep. Yes, I need to sleep. I laugh when people say that. It's so simple. So I climb back into bed, and I shut my eyes, and I try to forget that there is a creature that stands in the corner of my bedroom. But sleep does not come easy. And though the mattress is soft, and the blanket warm and inviting, and my eyelids so heavy I could drift off in a moment if I felt safe, there just isn't enough here to protect me from the creature that stands in the corner of my bedroom. Is it still standing there? Or has it moved? The moment I close my eyes is the moment I can no longer be sure. Time seems to bend, and the seconds stretch onwards. And when I stop and listen, I can almost hear the soft, dragging sound of its feet as it crosses the room to the bed. Although I see nothing in the dark of the blankets, I can feel it looming over me as it reaches my still and quiet form. Its unnatural limbs bending towards me, and there is the scraping of bone as it opens its canid mouth, preparing to bite. So I open my eyes again, and I look, and there it stands still, in the corner of my bedroom. It has a grin on its cold, dead face. It doesn't speak, but I hear it anyways. A coarse whisper in the back of my mind. Without moving its mouth, it tells me that I look awful, that I really ought to take better care of myself, that sleep is all the rage these days. The slight tilt in its head is suddenly feigned concern, and I know it wants to come closer so it can touch my hair, softly, tenderly, before it bites. It says it wants what's best for me, but it won't stop standing in the corner of my bedroom. It's not always in my bedroom. When I drag my weary, aching body through the market, it follows me through the aisles, stopping patiently to wait as I pick whichever form of caffeine I will try this week. Maybe this one will work. Maybe this one will return some spark of vitality to my weary bones. But the moment I turn my back, I know that there will be no balm, no cure that will make this creature stop standing in the corner of my bedroom. I go to pay, and the cashier smiles and gives me this look of pity as she sees the weary circles, dark and heavy, underneath my eyes. She says something quietly in a soft, friendly tone, but I can barely hear her words through the veil of exhaustion. I can see the creature reflected in her glasses, and it looks ever so happy to be standing somewhere other than in the corner of my bedroom. Sometimes I sit on the bench in the park by the bridge, and I watch the swirls and eddies in the water, wondering where it gets the energy to keep pulsing and flowing every moment of every day. It sometimes moves slowly, and sometimes quickly, but it never stops moving, and it makes me so weary to watch its relentless dance. I feel the creature standing right behind me. I used to work. I think I made coffee. Warm caffeine to wake other people and give them energy for their days. But it's been so long since I was able to drag myself there. They were so mad at me, yelling and swearing and lecturing about how lazy I am and how I just needed to apply myself more. They don't realize that it's so hard to focus and work when your energy is drained and your nights are plagued by a creature which stands right behind me. What does it even matter anymore? My friends all say I should text them, that it isn't healthy for a person to wander, sleepless and alone, with a thing that stalks them mercilessly through the days and nights. But I cannot text them, for my phone is at the bottom of that river, coated in the swirling mud, and the water attempts endlessly to erase the app that I know to still be there. Wasn't it supposed to be fun? I can't remember which friend told me that. Is it the one I used to study with? Or the one I used to date? Or maybe it was the one who died. Their faces blend together in an uncaring mesh of sympathy and pity and soundless support that never fixes anything. Was it fun at first? I don't recall. In the back of my mind, I find a tiny fragment of a memory. A long, distant, and half-forgotten past, in which I feared the creature that stands right behind me. It started slowly following, distant and small. I couldn't feel its presence, and I laughed and thought it was all some strange joke. I shared the photos, and I mocked them, and I laughed with someone. But I don't remember who. Was I happy then? Was that joy? I don't remember what that felt like. But as the creature grew closer, and its photos became more regular, that little kernel of fear began to form, and then grow and gnaw away at me. This thing was coming closer, with its sharp teeth and its kneading grin. And I still don't know why it hasn't just killed me. It certainly had the opportunity. But that fear is gone. And so is the joy, and the striving, and the struggling, and the hoping for anything. And all I know is the exhaustion that pulses wearily through every part of me. It doesn't matter. I'm not scared anymore. I'm not anything anymore. I'm not even me. The wind blows, and the chill runs through me. But it isn't enough to chase away the heaviness from my bones. I don't even have the strength to pull my jacket up further around my shoulders. It's nice to feel cold. It's distracting. It almost makes me forget about the creature that stands right behind me. I wait for the bite. It does not come. So I stand, and I turn, and I don't look behind me. And I return to my house, where it's waiting still, in the corner of my bedroom. I look at it. It looks at me. I raise a hand and pass it through where the creature stands, in the corner of my bedroom. And my hand passes right through it without a moment of resistance. It continues to stare. I return to my bed and lie down, and I do not sleep. There is a creature that stands in the corner of my bedroom, and I resign myself to another sleepless night. Well, that was fun. That didn't tell me anything new. It barely told me anything at all about how it manifests or begins. Just the living hell it can turn your life into. Poor Layla. I hope she's all right. But, as she isn't Foundation personnel, I have no way of following up on her status. All I can do is hope she finally got some sleep. It's strange to read about what happens when civilians interact with these anomalies. So many of the reports cover what happens within the Foundation walls. Sometimes it's easy to forget why we do what we do here. Why sometimes the The sacrifices are necessary. No. I'm not going to start thinking like that. It's a dangerous road to go down, to start weighing some lives against others. These aren't my choices anyways, and I'm glad for it. I'll stay right here and read reports, thank you very much. Though, hopefully not any more about the Mallows. I would very much like to keep sleeping.
Vault Veritas, SCP Files, is a podcast inspired by the SCP Foundation. Haunt is based on SCP-1471 by Lurked from the SCP Wiki, located at scp-wiki.com/SCP-1473. It is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike 3.0 unported license. This episode was performed by Justin Gellner, and it was written and edited by Leola Angel. We welcome comments. Please email us at vaultveritas@gmail.com. Join our Discord channel using the link in the episode description. Or if you'd like, visit our Patreon, listed as Vault Veritas SCP Files. Thanks for listening. Haunt is based on SCP-1471 by Lurked from the SCP Wiki, located at scp-wiki.com/SCP-1473.